things of that nature. Okay, so let's just go through it here really quick. Not quickly, but let's just see what's going on. Okay, here we go. And this, maybe it's because that guy had put the passenger out. I don't know. Okay, but anyway, here we go. The LYFT Platform. The LYFT Platform provides a marketplace where persons who seek transportation to certain destinations, meaning riders, those are the persons, can be matched with persons driving to or through those destinations, which is a driver. Drivers and riders are collectively referred to as herein as users, and each user shall create a user account that enables access to LYFT Platform. Okay, each person may only create one user account, and LYFT reserve the rights to shut down any additional accounts. As a user, you authorize LYFT to match you with a driver or rider based on factors such as your location, the estimated time to pick up your destination, user preferences, and platform efficiencies, and to cancel an existing match and rematch based on the same considerations. For purposes of this agreement, the driving service provided by drivers to riders that are matched through the platform shall be referred to collectively as the services. Okay? So when we pick them up and take them to their destination, it's a service that is being rendered and paid for. Any decisions by a user to offer or accept services is a decision made in such user sole discretion. Okay? Each transportation service provided by a driver to a rider shall constitute a separate agreement between such persons. Okay? In other words, if you feel that you should not accept this ride, don't accept it for whatever that reason is. Don't accept the ride. All right? Because it's saying each transportation service provided by a driver to a rider shall constitute a separate agreement between such persons. So that's between you and the rider. Okay? Modification to agreement. In the event LYFT modifies the terms and conditions of this agreement, such modification shall be binding on you only upon your acceptance of the modified agreement. By you clicking on down here, I accept, okay? LYFT reserve the right to modify any information referred in the hyperlinks from this agreement from time to time, and such modification shall become effective upon posting. All right? Continued use of the LYFT platform or services, meaning if the rider continues to request rides, if the driver continues to go online, after any such changes shall constitute your consent to such changes. So, by you agreeing to this, anything following through, like coming up new, you're agreeing to it. Okay? All right. You agree that modification of this agreement does not create a renewed opportunity to opt out of arbitration, if applicable. Eligibility. The LYFT platform may only be used by individuals who can form legal binding contracts under applicable law. The LYFT, which in other words, it should not be a minor having an account with Uber or Lyft, okay? The LYFT platform is not available to children, which is, in detail, person under the age of 18, or users who have had their user account temporarily or permanently deactivated. By becoming a user, you represent and warrant that you are at least 18 years old and that you have the right, authority, and capacity to enter into and abide by the terms and conditions of this agreement. You may not allow other persons to use your account, which you know how that goes, and you agree that you are the sole authorized user of your account. Very interesting. And you see under number 3 of eligibility, LYFT has covered themselves. And once you tap on I accept, if you pick up a minor, who's in fault? I'm just saying. Yeah. A lot of riders, that's who they are, minors. I don't know how it is in your market. But LYFT, they are backing themselves up. And once you agree to accept and you do the opposite of this, that's a breach of contract. Okay, something from Dark Road Run. Okay, I have to check that out. Let me finish this up. Okay, charges. As a writer, you understand that request or use of the service may result in charges to you. Charges, meaning charges include fares and other applicable fees, tolls, surcharges, and taxes as set forth on your market's LYFT city page. And you can go to www.lyft.com/city and you will see the particular taxes that will abide to that particular charge, okay? Plus any tips to the driver that you elect to pay. LYFT has the authority and reserve the right to determine and modify pricing by posting applicable pricing terms to your market's LYFT city page or quoting you a price for a specified ride at the time you make a request. So, upfront pricing. Pricing may vary based on the type of service you request. LYFT Plus, LYFT SUV are described on your market LYFT city page. You are responsible for reviewing the applicable LYFT city page or price quote within the LYFT app and shall be responsible for all charges incurred under your user account, regardless of your awareness of such charges or the amount thereof. This is to the riders. All right. So whenever they see something they're charged and they like, what in the world is this? LYFT is reserving the right to pass it on. It's your responsibility to go to this www.lyft.com/city to let you know what is going on and the prices thereof. Fares, that are 2 types of fares. There are 2 types of fares: variable and quoted. Variable fares. Variable fares consist of a base charge and incremental charges based on duration and distance of your ride. For particularly short rides, minimum fare may apply. Please note that we use GPS data from your driver's phone to collect the distance traveled on your ride. Now, they're talking to the passengers. We cannot guarantee the availability or accuracy of GPS data. Okay, but yet we get pinged on it. Oh my gosh. All right. Alrighty. If we lose signal, we will calculate time and distance using available data from your ride. Quoted fares. In some cases, LYFT may quote you a fare at the time of your request. That quote is subject to change until the ride request is confirmed. If during your ride you change your destination, make multiple stops, or attempt to abuse the LYFT platform, we may cancel the fare quote and charge you a variable fare based on the time and distance of your ride. Okay, so in other words, let's say the passenger said they're just going up the street, okay, and that's is point A to B. Then when they get to B, they want and they already had received a quote from a quote from LYFT, okay, and then after that they want to go somewhere else and somewhere else and somewhere else. That particular fare is going to change based upon the time and the distance. Okay? Lyft does not guarantee that the quote fare price will be equal to a variable fare for the same ride. So it varies. Why it varies? It could be the time of day. It could be if it's a surge or not, so on and so forth. That's my understanding, okay? Fee and other charges. Service fee, you may be charged a service fee for each ride as set forth on the applicable LYFT City page. Okay, prime time. At times of high demands for service, prime time, you acknowledge that the charges may increase substantially for all rides with a variable fare. We all use reasonable efforts to inform you and any prime time multipliers in effect at the time of your request. For quoted fares, we may factor in prime time multiplier into the quote price of the ride. Okay. Cancellation fee. After requesting a ride, you may cancel it through the app. But note that in certain cases, a cancellation fee may apply. You may also be charged if you fail to show up after requesting a ride. Please check out our help center to learn more about Lyft's cancellation policy, including applicable fee. Damage fee. If a driver reports that you have materially damaged the driver's vehicle, you agree to pay a damage fee of $200 up to $250. So it can be less than $250, depending on the extent of the damage, as determined by Lyft in its sole discretion. So it's going to be up to Lyft if it's warrant for $250 towards vehicle repairs or cleaning. Lyft reserves the right, but is not obligated to verify or otherwise require documentation of damage prior to processing the damage fee. Okay, so technically they really don't have to have proof of what the damage is, but if it goes through, the passenger has already agreed that there will be a damage fee, therefore you get the fee. Okay, tolls. In some instances, tolls or return tolls may apply to your ride. Please see our help center and your Market LYFT City page for more information about tolls charges and a list of applicable tolls and return charges. We do not guarantee that the amount charged by Lyft will match the toll charge to the driver. Interesting, if any. All right, so here we go. Let's go to this here. The Lyft.com cities. Let's see. Let's see what we get here. All right. So then you can go to your particular city here. Let's see what we have. Let's see. Maryland, my Maryland. Okay. The states are in black, and then the pink is the cities. All right, so we got a good ways to go. Where do you go, Maryland? Come back. And let's go Baltimore. All right, how Lyft works. Okay, so here you go. If you're like us, you love the Baltimore area from